everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Troubled issue number 3. Now, as you know, Troubled was like Mark Millar's attempt in doing a romance story that became jacked up and became a laughing joke that featured teenage versions of Peter's parents and his Aunt May and Uncle Ben. So the cover, we've got a young girl blowing her bubblegum, and the story starts off in a kind of teenage-like narration. I think Mark Millar did it as a joke. So we see Richie and Aunt May having it on, saying, "Is that it? You done? Are you kidding? May, I'm only just getting started here, baby." And we see, like, Mary talking to a group of kids about Richie and that, and shouldn't she be quiet about this in case anyone knew? So we see May and Richie getting it on, and we also see Ben going, "What do you mean? I'm always talking about May. And are you guys just jealous because you only got Miss Plum and her 5 lovely daughters of company?" And we see them still doing it. Basically, Mary and Ben are being responsible. And after a while, they get undone, and they talk about their dislikes to each other, showing they only hit on just for personal feelings. And after this, they get back on doing it. And after a while, Mary's like, "You're cheating on Ben? Hey, tell the whole world. Why don't you think there might have been a pilot flying overhead, or didn't quite catch that May Big Mouth?" And so she's pretty much pointing out that she's going out, and that she also points out the coincidence that also Ben and Richie going on a museum thing. So after this, we see Ben and May doing it in the golf course, and also afterwards, when Ben and Mary are talking about something, they point out that some guys had, basically Ben's pointing out that May hasn't talked as much, and this causes Mary to drop the disco ball. And not only that, Mary decides to do the most stupidest thing and tell her that the guys from the last issue had insulted her and that. And they're like, "You mean those clowns who were in town for the polo competition?" "Yeah, the fat little creep with the really bad shirts. Didn't she tell you about this, Ben?" And yeah, I'm surprised that Mary isn't going after him, or, saying, "Look, just calm down." So, after berating his boss, and pretty much Mary warning Richie about what's happening, and he's like, "What? But Ben's not allowed to get in fights anymore. He promised cops back in New York City. He never even threw another punch. What?" And so we see Ben confronting the guys and going into the bathroom, and just as you think it's going to be something serious, it turns out it wasn't, and Ben survived. And when she pointed out that, you said that Ben was a killing machine, and Richie's like, "Are you kidding? They were just sick of him taking up a hospital bed every other week. Ben's pretty much the worst fighter in the history of man." So yeah, he's pretty much like the Glass Joe of fighters. And just then we see May and Richie having it on, and just then Ben walks in, and thankfully doesn't see May with Richie, and he's like, "Oh jeez, I'm sorry, I forgot to check the curtains. Richie, tell whoever you got in there that I didn't see her, man." And so May sees Ben, and has some ointment for his eye, but Ben has to hide the fact that his brother and also someone he's with isn't in the room. And after this, they mainly leave. And so we've got, like, Richie having Ben to borrow the car. Also, May to go out with people. And we see them partying it out. And we got Peter Shelby and his wife saying, "I knew it. I knew these little sleaze bags were getting up to this somewhere. Let's kick in those doors and fire the whole damn lot of them, Patty." And so we see May pretty much becoming reckless. And after a while, it turns out that May is pregnant. I'm not kidding. This is actually how it happened. And this is the story. To me, the story feels like an unnecessary moment to try and make Aunt May the mother of Peter. Why? I get what Mark Miller was trying to do for a romance novel, but I feel if you had someone better, then I could have seen it as something like from like a kind of romance story mainly about Aunt May and Uncle Ben. The problem of just adding in like Peter's parents, it just seems like they were unnecessary. So in my opinion, a thumbs down. Why? Unnecessary comic book fiddling and nothing great. So, comic book reviewer here, signing out.